GitHub here again. Today we will look at Power BI Gauge and how to use it in KPIs and different examples how to update the format of it. For example, here we have % late of takeaway orders, and if we look at each restaurant one by one, we can see that if we have takeaway orders but we don't have any percentages, here it represents 0. But if we don't have any takeaway orders, it returns blank. We have target value and we have conditional formatting on the color of the gauge. So how can we do all of this? We can go to the next page and add gauge to the screen. What we have in my model, we have takeaway orders as a table, and I created several measures, and we will go one by one to see why we need so many to create just one gauge. So initially we need our % late orders. Let's see what's going on if we just add % late. It's a simple measure that takes late orders count and divides it by count of all orders. And if we just add this and add the takeaway target to the gauge, seems everything is fine. But if we look at this example where % late orders are blank, it returns blank, which is not exactly correct if you are trying to show KPIs, because this is good. It still need to show blanks here when we don't have any takeaway orders. This is correct. But if we have takeaway orders and just no late orders, we need to show that it's correct behavior. How to do it? If you try to add text, so I have this one, here I get this % late measure, and also I'm looking at takeaway counts. So I'm looking at if takeaway counts all together are blank, takeaway counts, then it's blank, it's okay. But if just the number of orders that are late are blank, then we need to return 0, not blank, because we need to distinguish between actual blanks and just no late orders. So now if we just remove this one and add this special measure, we can see that here is 0 now. This already looks way better. But to use it as a KPI measure, it's way better if you have conditional formatting. For conditional formatting, it is a great option to create measures. Then it's easier to reuse colors, reuse the same measures, the same logics. So here I created the measure for color. These two are grayed out or commented out because if we don't have anything, then this gauge color wouldn't even appear. So it's not really applicable in this particular case. And also we have this target % late. I could have used the just number in the calculation, but I prefer if I have to use it in several places. I prefer to create a measure, so it's easier to then update if we have something different in the future. So I use it here in the Gauge, and I use it in the color here as well. Then I will need to update it only in one place if in the future I will need to change the target value. And here we have a hex codes for the colors. So if the percent weight is less than the target, we have green, we have yellow, if it's a bit higher, and if it's higher than the agreed red level, then we get it to be red. And DAX is taking each line one by one, so we don't have to explicitly say, so for example for this one, that it's between target and this number, because it will take these lines one by one, so it's easier to read. Like this, less code to write. So if we now go to our gauge and update our color, here we can get the color formatted. We created a measure, so we need field value, and we look at the color. Okay, that's good. So the color updated. So if we look at 5%, 5% or below is a target. So here the color is green. This one is red, and this one should be yellow. What about this? As we can see, we can't see the value, and you can't understand if it's green, yellow, or what is happening. And for this one, I created another measure. So if we don't have enough percentage to show something here, it is a great idea to have the text color formatted as well. So what's going on here? We have percent lit text color. Here we look if the this percent is blank, then we use gray color. We need this line of code, not just if else here, because if we use just this line of code, for if less than 1% show the text green, then the gauge will show the color of blank as green, which is not what we want to see. And if we now apply to this one our new colors, we can see that now this color is green, but our blanks are still blanks, and now we have a bit more prominent color here, like black instead of gray as it was before. That's how you can update the gauge, and of course you can update the title. For example, we don't need this target here, and we don't need this for gauge. And if you want to have a better tooltip, you can update these names as well, and a lot of different other things. But this is it for now. Thank you. Bye.